Hello, we are live once again back here in JIP podcast. And we haven't been doing this for a long time. So now we're back where we share the latest news and educational materials mostly about migration to Europe. So I'm joined here. By the way, my name is John Rel.
And my name is Joni.
Yes, I'm here with my wife Joni from JIP Migrate.
Welcome.
Welcome to all the listeners. All right, so today we're going to be talking about the topic of migration, of course, but specifically latest news on the Hungarian migration. What I mean by that is like the migration laws that the Hungarian government recently have put out. All right,
Latest this year.
was it this year?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, it's this month. I forgot. We're gonna be reading about that later. So details and information would be provided to you later. So tune in. All right. So again, JP Podcast shares educational materials and latest news, and we have been doing this for a very long time because we've been traveling. Me and Joni, the executives of JIP Migrate, have been traveling, and now we are reaching almost 200 cities in and outside Europe. We mostly travel for business and also for leisure. But yeah, imagine that, almost 200. We're going to tell you once we reach more than 200. And yeah, that's going to be, I don't know, an achievement for us. Anyway, so that's how we are since we have the EU residency, and you can travel more countries than you actually expect. All right, if you want that, then JIP Migrate can help you out. And anyway, this podcast we figured out we should do this not because of marketing or anything like that, but more of education, because believe it or not, most of our clients don't really come from our Facebook followers or social media followers, because we target high net worth individuals, people who are investors, who business owners, entrepreneurs. These people don't really come from social media or anything like that. So we decided to just do this more so that we can share more educational materials to the followers. If you are not prepared yet, not ready yet to migrate, then you can at least get value from these educational materials, hopefully. All right, so again, our topic, migration in Hungary. We're going to be looking at that more later with information. All right, so
Yes, so it says here Hungary's new immigration measures will be the strictest in the
wow.
European Union.
Mhm.
The law, which will replace one in place for 16 years, was justified by increasing number of migrants to Hungary by Retvari. In his speech, Retvari highlighted that the new law would ensure Hungarian jobs are primarily reserved for
For Hungarians.
and third country nationals should only work in Hungary if no local workers are available.
So you have heard it. Of course, you can always expand this news and by going to your own sources, but we just got this from our sources, latest news. So as you can see, Hungary is getting stricter with the migration, especially with the jobs. All right? As we know, these past few years, Hungary had been opening so many jobs, especially manufacturing, these kind of jobs.
Yes.
But they're getting stricter about offering it to third country nationals, which are, of course, people who are not inside the European Union. All right, citizens of non-European Union countries. All right, like us, we're from the Philippines, so we probably would fall under that category. If you're Filipino, you would also, of course, any country that is outside the European Union. They are the Hungarian government would want to focus on offering these jobs firstly primarily to Hungarian citizens, which of course would be more beneficial to their country, understandably. All right, so we're just sharing to you how it is now, and there are more implications. Yes, so can we continue there?
Immigrants to Hungary who have been fired
Ooh,
must leave the country within 6 days.
within 6 days.
Yes, very
so
short.
so if you lose your job, you'll have to leave Hungary within 6 days, which is very quick. We haven't heard of any country that does that quick. So have to be very careful. If you lose your job, if you're a third country national, you have to get out of the country very fast. They're that strict now. So what
Yeah.
else do we have there?
That process is facilitated by their employer, of course.
Yes, employer.
Further measures include the abolishment of family members being allowed to join third country workers arriving in Hungary. Third country nationals also have no fundamental right to reside in Hungary, and reside permits have been divided into categories of highly skilled and
And
low
low
skilled
skill.
workers.
So let's just dissect that a little bit, of course. This is going to be very important, especially to our listeners who are mostly in the section of, wanting to migrate with their family. Um, if you migrate to Hungary through a job, all right, like before, if you bring your family, okay, you get your your stay, your permit and everything. Now they have been more strict, and if you lose your job, for example, the main applicant had lose their job, the whole family even has to get out
Get
of
out
the
of
country,
Hungary.
which sounds terrible, but of course we would have to understand it on their perspective. They want, they think if for the best of their country. So as that article said, it's very well said actually. The applicants don't have a fundamental right to stay in Hungary in that case. All right, so they're getting a bit more strict. Last time you can have a bit more allowance where you can just stay for a little bit longer, find another job or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, and stay just a bit longer. But now you really have to go, otherwise it's gonna be illegal stay, which is exactly what our company deals with. We have always advocated for, if you're going to move to a country, you don't just do it. Like for example, most of the people want, can you give us a job? They're always asking us this, can you give us a job so we can move? Well, that's good, practically that would work fine until until you lose that job.
Yeah.
When you lose that job, in the case of Hungary, for example, and it's going to be consistent also with the other countries. If you lose your job, you lose also the right to stay. We've met lots of people who come to us just sometimes accidentally. Remember, we were in one city, we were eating fast food in a food court. I forgot. It was an Asian Asian fast food. Remember? And
Yes.
we met with a fellow Filipina. All right, she's married to a European, and for the longest time that she has stayed in the country, she hasn't even had a residency card yet.
Not yet.
How many years was she staying? Like 3 years.
I think 3 years.
So see, for 3 years, she's just been renewing probably her working permit. I'm not really sure about the whole story, but she's just renewing her working permit, her contract, and everything. That's not really what you call migration, because you're still tied up to your job contract. Once that is done, for whatever reason, maybe I don't know, your job was already done, the company closed, your age can also take a part, can play here, and then you're gone. After that, you're gone, right? So it's not really migration. What we offer here in JIP Migrate is real migration, where you get to stay whatever happens, right?
Yes.
That's what we solve problems. That's the kind of problems we solve. All right. So basically, we don't really get into much of, offering jobs per se just for you to move. All right. It's not really going to work out. It's not aligned with our vision, where we provide residencies for people so that they can stay, enjoy the benefits, enjoy the surrounding, the environment, and everything, and become citizens in the future.
Yes.
So yeah, that's the main difference of real migration and temporary, I guess, migration. So in the case of Hungary, if you lose your job, you have to get out of the country, and I feel more and more countries will follow the same pattern,
Yes. I
because
think.
right? We have been listening to the news lately. These past few months, always Denmark, Sweden, and Norway have been getting stricter with their migration, right? Because they've been having trouble with immigrants, I guess. All right, so you can watch out for that news yourself, but you can notice a significant change in the European Union policies of the countries about migration, especially to these really well-off rich countries like Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland. They've been getting very strict with their migration because of the problems that immigrants bring. We'll get into those topics later on. You know what I mean, right? So yeah,
Yes.
we'll get into those topics later on, and that's going to be a very interesting discussion. Whether or not it's a problem for them or not, we're gonna dive deep into that in the next probably podcasts. So for now, we're focusing on Hungary. Do we have anything else?
Last topic
All right.
about this article, it says the law will also introduce the so-called golden visa,
There you go.
which will allow individuals who make a significant real estate investment residence in Hungary for a certain time period.
So us in JIP Migrate, we have been discussing with our team, with our section in Hungary. All right, this one we've been very excited about this offer of Hungary because they used to offer it and then stopped, and now they're bringing it back, but of course with different criterias. All right, so golden visas. This is where we are very good at. All right, golden visas are basically residency by investment. There are different kinds of investments. Of course, most popularly is real estate investment, where you of course buy a house or buy a piece of land at a certain price in a certain place of a country, and then on that basis they will give you a residency. All right, so these are what we basically serve our clients with, our high net worth individuals, clients, and to preserve their wealth. All right, because of course properties here in Europe, anywhere in Europe, is coveted, very high value, and this is their way of preserving their wealth. So this is one way that we help our clients with the golden visas. All right. Another investment is by donation to a. It depends. Different countries have different donation criterias. All right, you can donate to a non-profit organization in the interest of the country. All right, or a fund, a bond in the country, something like this. All right, so we help our clients arrange with all of these investments. So it's a very big task, needs a lot of work. It takes months to get that investment and to bring all their family to live in Europe or whatever country they want. All right, so Hungary had opened again its golden visa, but it has actually much more restrictions, as our attorneys have our team have informed us last time. We were talking to them, like, when was that? January, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So yeah. But anyway, if that's not in your interest, well, we can just always take away the lesson of the previous news, where Hungary would kind of kick out people who work there and lose their jobs. They have to get out of the country, and they're very strict with that. They give you a 6 day kind of allowance to get out. That's pretty quick, and that's kind of dangerous if you're not very careful. If you stay longer, the Hungarian police are very strict. You wouldn't want to mess with them. So this is exactly the kind of problems we solve at JIP Migrate. So please, if you are interested in this, and if you think you are ready to migrate to Europe, you can visit our website, jipmigrate.com. Do we have it there?
It's here.
Yeah, maybe we can show it to them.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
here.
so yeah, that's how it looks like. You can see our offers there. We do have different programs, especially for high net worth individuals, meaning you're probably a wealthy individual who wants to preserve their wealth, move to a much more beautiful country, and with more safety and lots more opportunities for business, for employment, for education. Europe is just generally a much better place than most of the countries we come from. Admittedly, like us, we're Filipinos. We come from the Philippines. In our opinion, Europe is much better. What do you think?
Yes, I think so
In
too.
what way?
Mm, a lot of
A lot of
lot of
things.
things, yes.
For me, it's really the safety. You almost never get any crime here, especially heinous crimes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very safe here. If you are a wealthy individual, it's a safe place to put your wealth in, invest your wealth in.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, for example, in the golden visas case, you invest in a real estate or a business or a donation, etc. And what else? Like business opportunities are much better here because the Schengen area, European Union, all right, is a group of 27 countries without borders. That means you can do business in any of these countries by only setting up a business in one of the countries. So that's what we help people with, and they've been very successful with all the things that we do for them. All right, so yeah, I guess that's our podcast. We don't want to be longer than we should. So we're going to give you more news next time. We're going to do this a bit more often because we really just stopped because we're traveling a lot. So yeah, also yeah, we travel a lot. I want everybody to know that it only proves what kind of benefits you get if you are a resident of the European Union. And yeah, be careful of people out there pretending to offer such services. See them. Do they travel? I'm not sure. So be careful of those. Just want to warn everybody there are people who pretend, and just be vigilant. Try to see if because we see them, they don't even come out of they're basically hiding, and then they don't come out of their own city where they sit the city where they live in. So maybe something's wrong. If you are a real resident, you can travel anywhere. You can actually travel beyond Europe without a visa. We'll tell you more about that if you want. You can contact us in through jipmigrate.com, and we have all our contact details probably there, our email, our phone numbers and everything.
Yeah.
So I think there you go. So I hope you enjoyed that, the news about Hungary. You can read more about that online, and yeah, take it with a pinch of salt, of course. Use it as in your own advantage. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you here in Europe. Want to migrate to Europe?
Contact
Contact JIP
JIP.
Migrate. We
We
enable
enable
possibilities for those
who
who are
are ready
ready to
to
move.
move.
See you here in Europe. Thank you so much.
Bye.